friends, welcome back to Biblio Chic. If you are new here, I'm Serena and I like to make things based on my favorite stories. This week I am finishing up my Outlander bounding outfit inspired by what Claire wears on that boar hunt in season 1 of Outlander. I have already made the underthings, the bodice, and now it's time for the accessories. The accessories that I am working on this week are Claire's lovely woolen capelet, and then we are also going to be flipping a creel basket that kind of looks like her purse or her satchel that she keeps all her medical supplies in. So let's go ahead and talk about the capelet. Spoiler, I already made this capelet. I made this capelet back in, I think, March over spring break. I did not really know a whole lot about knitting. I tried knitting probably about 15 years ago. It was a complete disaster, and because it was a complete disaster when I first tried it 15 years ago, I was kind of hesitant to try to learn again. And this time around it was so much easy. And if you are a new knitter and you're very overwhelmed, I suggest just try it out. I taught myself the knit stitch and the purl stitch, and I kind of just dove into this capelet pattern. I decided to go to the library and try to find the 2 knitting Outlander books out there, and I came across those Highland Knits, and this is the book that I knitted from. And the reason why I didn't get a whole lot of footage is because I kind of started this on a whim. I went on spring break down to Nashville and I brought this book along for me to look at, and while I was down in Nashville I was like, I'm gonna knit this thing up on the car ride. So I went to a local yarn shop in Nashville, Tennessee called the House of Yarn, showed the lady there my pattern, and she thankfully hooked me up with the right tools. She got me my very first circular knitting needles and the yarn. The yarn that I used was Quarry by Brooklyn Tweed, American Targhee Colombian wool in the color Sandstone, and it's this lovely, excuse me sir. I ended up buying 3 skeins of this and only ended up using like 2 full ones, and just a partial part of the skeins is as much as I have left. If you're in the Nashville area, definitely check out the House of Yarn. And when I could say that a beginner can definitely do this project, not gonna lie, I was really overwhelmed looking at the pattern because I was not used to reading knitting patterns, but I figured I don't know what these abbreviations really mean, but I know what knit and purl is, so I'll just do what I can. When I get to the part where I don't know how to do it in the pattern, I'll just YouTube it, and that's basically what I did. It ended up taking me about 4 weeks to complete this project. Again, I was a beginner, so I knitted it really slow because I really wasn't sure what I was doing. There are some flaws, but hey, it's mine and I knitted it. I washed it up and blocked it out, and it has been sitting on this towel pinned to it since April or May. It's time to take it off the blocking towel and see what we have to do to finish it up. So let's go over to my work table. Here she is, all like pinned onto my towel. The pattern calls for you to make a buttonhole and sew a button on there. But I know Claire in Outlander, she wears it with a ribbon tie. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't have any like brown ribbon, but I do have some leather cording that I think will look really nice. Hey, I think it actually goes pretty nicely with my little dress I have on today. So I cut about 24 inches of this suede cording and a buttonhole that the pattern had me do on this side, but I don't have one on this side, but I think I can just thread it through. I love how this turned out and how it goes with this dress and how it's going to go with my boar hunting outfit. I feel like I can wear this all fall and winter long. It immediately added warmth. It is actually a pretty cold fall day today, so I needed something to cover me up, and I love it. I definitely encourage you, if you are a new knitter, if you don't know how to knit and you are a fan of all of the yummy knitted things that Outlander and the rest of the Outlander cast wears, to pick up some needles and try. Watch some YouTube videos. Go to your local library and see before you invest in this book. I honestly encourage you, if you find a pattern that you want and you're kind of overwhelmed, just do stitch by stitch, step by step. If you don't know how to do a certain stitch, just look it up and try to figure it out. And if it doesn't come out perfect, then it's not a big deal. You made it, and it will be awesome anyway. Okay, so let's go over to my workstation because I found this awesome creel, I guess creel. I think it's a fake creel because I honestly don't know what type of fish you could put in that hole instead of like itty bitty fish that you don't probably want to eat. But I found this little basket off of eBay. There are bigger baskets on eBay and Etsy, but they were too expensive for me. And this one was right in my price budget. It needs a little bit work. It has this little fish button that I am going to cut off and replace. I'm going to replace this cording, and it's not honestly long enough for me to fit across my body and wear it like Claire does in the episode. So I'm going to take off this strap and replace it with a leather strap, and hopefully by the end I will have a wicker purse that I can add to my Outlander bounding outfit. Hopefully this will be a fast and easy project. Please be a fast and easy project. Although it has this lovely strap, the strap is not long enough, and I tried looking for belts at my Goodwill, but I just couldn't find any leather belts that were long enough. So I went to handy dandy Amazon, and leather straps are actually surprisingly affordable on Amazon. So I got this 2-inch long brown leather belt that I'm going to replace. The current way that the manufacturer, whoever made this basket, put the straps on here were just by brads. So I thought, I'm probably going to end up destroying these brads. A quick search on Amazon gave me a lot of cool little brads, and I found these bronze ones that I thought it would really go well. I'm also going to use one of the bigger brads to replace the fishy button with. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use the same leather cording that I used to tie this capelet for the strap. And hopefully just a couple of hours, maybe just 1 hour, I will have an Outlander inspired purse to wear. I am going to just basically put it to where I think I want it to lay across my body. I think I want it, because I want it to be enough that I could like swing it back. I'm going to do the precise measurement of placing it and holding it into my workstation so I can actually measure it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and replace the brads for this and replace this little cute, not cute, fishy guy. This brad is not going to work for the button because I don't know how to make it stick out, but luckily in my sewing stash I found this brass button.